me is because I blackmailed Bob Ferguson. That is the only reason. I would have been in a coma. I would have been dead. They tried their luck a month ago. I believe I have a copy of myself somewhere from California. It's no way you leave somebody in a coma for 5 days for mental health issues and shipped an hour away somewhere else. I want acknowledgement and an apology, Gavin Newsom. But it's okay. It is all right because this is the stuff I ran from. This is the stuff I ran from, where it's ruthless for even a white, yes, I said it, white ladies, a white woman to walk down the street that's elderly. He had no remorse for his own race, that's 75 years old, that walked down the street innocent. While these judges roam in and out of Seattle courthouse, nothing happened to them because they know, they think they know that it's a respect thing. Or we'll let you out. You just protect us. And then it's a technology thing. But I don't want to get too deep. I can't prove that they have this ruthless technology. Seattle is always in the paper. Charlotte Mecklenburg is always in the paper. I done been to the Minneapolis, always in the paper. LA, always in the paper. I done been to the ruthless of ruthless places and lived to tell about it. I'm done. I may be brave, but I'm not stupid. I got the hint of Seattle. This is sick. I wonder, was she Democrat or Republican? I wonder who she really was. Now, are y'all going to put him behind bars like y'all did me? I can't say it was illegal what you did, but keeping me and rotating people and monsters like that with a blunt object. Obviously, he worked for you guys because he's like, oh, I can hit people and get away with it. Oh, no, don't hit. But you can hit, but don't hit with the object. When the police is sitting up there okaying this, he just hit people in the face. That is normal. That is his normal. Well, he need to be locked up because he's a threat to your community. But they done gave up. I'm not even mad at the police. Because when they try to lock him up, the judges kick him out. The people like me who made one little mistake, they treated me like I killed a Googleplex amount of white people that were Democrat. That's sick. And you let these monsters go. You gave that woman, I know this is a democratic state, you gave those mixed women their money with ease, with ease. And just now that I'm in Idaho, I will be recording. You gave that money to those Hispanic women with ease and treated me like I didn't have a case, like I didn't have evidence, like I didn't have nothing. You always giving people, whether Democrat white or Democrat Hispanic, superiority over people like me. And it shows right on camera. And I'm going to today make a report and possibly go to the courthouse downtown in Idaho and start my case all over, because I don't even want to see your face for doing that to me. I know who you run with. You run with those Democrat rhinos. It says it in your chart. You had me there all day while on the red in a white outfit. Sick, man. I may enjoy talking and have open dialogue and very heightened, great conversations. And that's why I love white men. But I'm not desperate, nor do I acknowledge those who disrespect me. I don't care what your title is. You don't care what my title is. You didn't even acknowledge me. Obviously, you didn't do your job all the way, because you should have known who was in your courtroom. Even before I had this show, I was being mistreated by judges, Democrat judges. They took my husband's side before me. And that was in the Commonwealth state of Pennsylvania. Now, in the Eastern Shore, Maryland, where my sister illegally lied and said I did something to her house when I never told on her, when she abused me while 7 months pregnant. I ended up having my child 2 pounds and 8 ounces. Thank you, Jessica. The judge let it go. I have a restraining order, which is dissolved. I have a restraining order, which is dissolved on me. You know why? Because another Democratic judge granted them, like I was hurting them, even though I had it on camera, these Hispanic individuals watching me like the cartels coming at me with weapons. She didn't want to even put the evidence in. So that is on my record. I have nothing to lie for, police in Boise. All I ask is that you watch over me through thick and thin. Even when you want to feel like you want to just get rid of me, just watch over me. Because I'm not lying. It's sad, man. It's sad that a 75-year-old woman just got pummeled by this stupid person. How would you feel if you just moved to a city where you're in jail for something you don't even know how you ended up doing, and you in the jail cell, and they're telling you, we want Cloud, 5 different guys. We want Cloud. How do they know who I am? Where is this coming from? Or a needle gets stuck in your neck and you gurgle because they didn't have the balls to rape me while I was awake. I'm never going to change who I am, but I didn't ask for that. During my stay there, they admitted, the Seattle courthouse, that they had meth and fentanyl running through the jails. It was right on the news. They smuggled it, an attorney. I was getting fed meth and fentanyl while I was in jail. Thank you, Susan Sorbell, acting public attorney, because I know you knew about it. So, what's your life, your freedom? My freedom means everything to me. My freedom means everything to me. And if that means I have to lie, then that means I have to lie. But I never lie. And the police know that. Just imagine that being your grandmother. Some people don't even care. It's just another news. Oh, you hear about that 75-year-old white woman that got hit by her own kind? I heard that a white man hit a 75-year-old woman. What is going through this man's mind? He had a nail in a wooden stick. She is forever blind now. Forever blind. That's why I don't go around, like, I've had some close encounters and I don't want no more. I don't even go around homeless no more. Unless it's controlled homeless people, unless it's controlled where I control the narrative of what's going on. I'm not going, I don't even want you behind me. I don't want you near me. I would have sat up there and I would have been looking at, I don't care how slick he think he is. I would have sat up there and I would have sat up there and looked at him as he did it and ran, and he would have missed. Even if he didn't, I'd have had a couple of defensive wounds, but I would not have gotten my eyes gouged out. That's why I look at all my surroundings, where I'm going. I had every right to be paranoid in Seattle. every right. Do you think it's safe? Every day I'm getting emails. Let's look at some more. Let's look at some more things that goes on in the heart of Seattle. I didn't mean to sign up for this. I was trying to find a cleaning business. And every day is something. Fire. Lakeview, there's positive stuff, but every day I'm getting something from someone talking about something happening. This isn't, but they stay in a green zone, y'all. These judges, these politicians, they stay in green zones. The only person that really truly cares is Trump. That's why he's arresting and keeping the criminals locked up. If he didn't care, he would be all the way in a green zone, living it up with a bunch of security, not caring. He's trying to get these criminals off the street. But he can only do so much when you resist. There was a flooding. That is so different. That looks beautiful. If that's a tattoo, that's beautiful, but it's something else. It's massage. Like, where are all the postings? That's crazy. I've been getting, here we go. Kids, this kids going to die. Neighbors say 9-year-old abandoned intent off of Aurora. CPS claims he's not in danger. This happened on her watch. 25-year-old arrested punching Sound Transit bus driver in the face in Seattle. Let's see what he got. They're scared. Approximately at 10:50, SPD officers responded to reports of a transit driver being assaulted. At the scene, 64-year-old bus driver shaking with facial injuries. The video incident can be reviewed above. They just love showing this wherever it is. This is sick, man. We shouldn't even have to see this. I know exactly. I walked these streets before. I don't see nothing. Here it is, right here. Oh my God. 25-year-old. What is a 25-year-old? Why do a 25-year-old need to punch someone? What is his reason? We need to figure out the root of the cause instead of ignoring it and not executing situations. Like, y'all rather research me and look me up and investigate me when you have people out here lunging at me, which is against the law. You have people out here that were following me against the law. You have people out here that were poisoning me against the law, putting stuff on my car, which is against the law. There was a New Year's Eve murder. Burian. Oh, there's a strike. No criminal charges more than 7 months after University of Washington anti-Semitic, Semitic, anti-Semitic, Semitic, or Semitic. It has to be Semitic. Vandalism, occupation. I don't even want to see it no more. Once is good enough for me. I shouldn't even have to have that in my brain. Same with Charlie Kirk. Good. That's exactly what I want to see. Seattle youth homeless nonprofit workers quit over shelter concerns. Why? Let's see. A former case manager at Youth Care Adolescent Shelter in Seattle used to work 20 dismiss hour shifts, go home, take a shower, sleep 2 nights, and be right back at work. And she was never happier. Wise worked with 12 to 17-year-olds, often runaways who was escaping abuse or unstable. You know, I'm glad I endured the abuse I endured because some places carry loopholes and have really messed up upbringings. But sometimes she can help children move to better situations, made it all worth it. Starting about 6 months ago, she said she no longer felt possible She said that no longer felt possible. Wise said repeated layoffs left the shelter so understaffed that children missed medical appointments, expired food left in fridge, and kids were essentially trapped in the building. She quit at the end of November and was the only staffer to resign in frustration. It's against my morals to stay there, Wise said. I can't do it. Youth care leadership has been under fire as they shut down programs and lay off staff. Last summer, the organization closed two transitional housing programs, a day center, and a consolidated its shelter services. This summer, the organization closed a shelter for undocumented immigrant youth, anticipating federal funding shifts. Now, former and current employees, I kind of figured that was going to happen. Y'all text me real quick, like it's clockwork. Now, former, current, once I speak immigrant or start talking immigrant, like they love to text me and annoy me. And that I don't care no more. But I will acknowledge that it is happening, me being harassed. Now, former current employees at the one of the few remaining shelters say they're speaking out because they're concerned about the fate of the program and the children who still need it. We can have youth sleeping on the street, why say? That's absolutely nonsense. Staff have reported issues at the adolescent shelter to King County, and I have as well with YWCA, which funds youth care, and to the state, which manages licensing for youth shelters. Both agencies say they were looking into the reports. In the past year, youth care has slashed staff repeatedly over the past 2 years. The nonprofit cut a quarter of its staff in 2024. In June, it announced it was laying off 28 additional employees. In July, youth care CEO resigned after employees started protesting. Downside at down So you're downsizing for more money in your pocket or the government pocket. Adolescent shelter program, close it or downsize it, which means not many people, it's going to be harder to get into. A lot of people are going to be competing just for a shelter, and they're not going to have the time, and they're going to be out on the street hitting people, mad at the world, mental health issues. It's going to be terrible in and out the system. So downsize it and put them in jail. That's what you say. Downsize them and put them in criminal youth hall, because when they have problems like that as a teen, they have trouble with adapting to the world. This is why I don't read. I mean, I read, but this is why I don't read nothing about this. The 24-hour homeless shelters for 12. Think about a 12-year-old out on the street. A 17-year-old, I can say you can go into the army, you can go into Job Corps, you can go into somewhere, you're okay. But a 12-year-old, that life, they can get a job too. But a 12-year-old that is in middle school, seventh grade, sixth grade, they're cutting 13 beds to 8. But staff members say that they're more realistically only been able to serve, oh my God, 13 beds to 5 children. And the remaining employees are stretched to a breaking point, says Kyle Larson, an engagement specialist at the adolescent shelter. These days when I'm the only one there's days when I'm the only one in the building, he says. That's a problem because someone must be in the building at all times and another should be available to take clients outside, Larson and other employees said. Staff don't have time to get groceries, which former engagement specialist Eric Sperling, they set them up for failure. They're trying to downplay and stretch and stress out, which if they get stressed, they're going to jail for a couple of days, a month, a couple of months, and get released. That's how they're going to do it because they know that housing them in jail is okay to them. Housing them. Sperling said as co-worker to file a report with Child Protective Services because a child at a shelter went without medication for their depression for a week. Imagine going without depression medication. It exacerbates the symptoms. A spokesperson for the State Department of Children, Youth, and Families said it could not comment due to active investigation. She was so inconsolable, Sperling said. This client was unable to get sleep in the middle of the night and literally crying, expressing that she need her meds. Sperling said employees are left to take the heat for dropping the ball. Here comes the important part. We're having to file incident reports because clients are throwing tantrums because they're missing their appointments, Sperling said. since clients are justifiably upset. So think about that. What's going to happen? They're going to throw temper tantrums. And guess what? Somebody is going to hit somebody. Now, there's destruction of property and threats of exactly. You know what? I don't want to read no more. The only reason I'm not doing this right now, you guys, I know y'all like, she's talking about something totally different, is because, I've already written. I'm just waiting on responses. So there you have it, you guys. I'm not trying to make Seattle look bad. I'm just telling the truth about what's going on. If you cared, you would easily help people. The only reason you helped me is because I had to literally, and you probably followed me or paid off someone already to do some damage to me. I see the cracks in between the lines. All because I told the truth about what you did to me. A Republican, a proud Republican. And I have reason to believe you tamper with my medication. So I will no longer be taking any more medications. And I've been doing fine. Only thing I will consume is things that are healthy for me. Healthy. I don't want, you can never say I went to the hood looking for drugs. Because either way it go, I know there's police officers that do stings on certain areas. I'm not going to put myself, whether I want the drug or not. If I really wanted to, I would park down the street and walk on foot. I'm not hard to miss and risk getting arrested. I never went in the hood looking for meth. I never intentionally did meth and was aware I was doing meth while on meth. I've done all types of drugs except for hallucinogens. And honestly, all honesty, I would like to try DMT. That is a drug that psychologists, they have to strap you down and monitor you while you're on it. I would never go to the hood or trust anybody saying, I got that DMT. He might as well be saying, I got that anthrax. And I'd be like, what's anthrax? It's anthrax. Try it. I will never consume nothing from a dealer ever again. My dealer days are over. You never know what's in that drug you're consuming. And that's why they cheat. If they can easily allow another white person to hit an innocent white 75-year-old, what makes you think they didn't cheat to make me look crazy? But I had one of these Red Bulls up down to here. I drunk half of it right there. I went downstairs at, at my old apartment building. I came back up, I guzzled it all down. All of a sudden, I'm like this. and I have a knife. Close your eyes and ask yourself this. What would a sane person do if they saw a knife on somebody's leg? If I saw a knife just hanging, just like if I saw that guy with the bat, the nail in the back, I'm not going to walk towards it. I'm going to get defensive and walk the fuck out. He lunged at me. He lunged at me. Freaking wildebeest. Almost 300 pounds. I didn't want to sleep with him, this African man. I didn't want nothing from him but him to put my Ziply fiber together. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. I have no reason to talk about drugs and what my likes and dislikes are and then to lie about something. That would be a great cover up, by the way, to tell truths about certain things and to lie about something. But that's not what I do. I have to humiliate myself in order to get some type of respect and acknowledgement. That's my life in a nutshell. And I feel so much hurt and pain for the Republicans that are housed in Seattle and for the police officers that don't even care no more. They don't give a fuck. They like, oh, he hit him. Oh, it ain't gonna be, it's gonna be XYZ because they gonna let him out anyway. Just like this Hispanic male who I believe three things happened. There was a Hispanic male with a tattoo on his neck that followed me all around Walmart in Seattle, in Bellevue, actually. Like he was looking for me to do something. That same individual looked like the same individual that the police was on a high-speed chase with, where he had reckless guns shooting at the police. The police was hot on his trails. If it don't make the news, they don't take it seriously. This guy fled all the way down to Florida and they caught him. I don't know where he fled to, but he fled and even colored his hair different. And they caught him. They caught him. They caught him. I may be brave, like I said, but I'm not stupid. I know when they be wanting me to buck at them. Some of them want a reason for me to buck at them. But I will look at them funny, like stand in your own space. I won't sit up there and call them names. I just look at them like, just like yesterday. I was at Stables. I gave this one white lady her space. It was only one machine in the Office Depot. I was at least 8 feet away. I got on Facebook as I was sitting there. 5 minutes later, somebody walks in, an immigrant. He just had to be in my space and violate it. I said, stay. I had to treat him like a freaking pet. I said, stay where you are. There's no more machines over here. I'm not saying immigrants are bad people, They always invade and find a way to invade my space or make me feel uncomfortable. That's all I'm saying. I'm just telling the truth. I'm not trying to control them. I don't think I'm better than them. If I was in their country, I would be scared. I would never. I don't want to do no harm to them. But when it's a thin line between harm and war, where you're harming my people. I don't care if they don't like me. I don't care if they don't like me. That's not the point. Just like Trump says, I don't care who do like me or don't like me. What I care about is their lives being saved so they can annoy me another day, whether they like me or not. Their life is worth way more than yours if you want to kill my people. If you want to kill 25,000 of my people, I can't allow that because I care about my fellow Americans. It is all about the red, the white, and the blue. I'll be back on here later. And this time when I get back on here, we're going to edit a video, another video. Take care, be safe.